All right. The next project.
Yeah, so I have frequently found myself on some website or another, and I just want to select some part of it and be like, what were you thinking? Or what do you mean? And have a discussion about it. And what I do now is I select it, and then I take a screenshot of it, and I post this image full of text to Twitter, which it just feels awful on several levels. And it also means that the conversation ends up very diffuse. So this next team has a solution for me. This is StackDocs.
All right.
Hi, my name is Domnik Mack, and these are my team members, Sarah Laine, Francisco Puente, and Alex Weis. And this is StackDocs. StackDocs is a Google Chrome browser extension built with the needs of software developers in mind. It creates an additional layer of information on top of documentation pages, an open forum facilitating the exchange of knowledge and resources. StackDocs lets users highlight text on pages and then post related questions or annotations to a community of developers. Responses are updated in real time, and posts can be up or down voted and are sorted according to the resulting score. Now, Sarah will tell you more about what's under the hood of StackDocs.
Thanks, Domnik. The StackDocs sidebar is injected directly into the DOM of any website that a user visits. Initially, our sidebar was inheriting CSS styles from the web page it was appended to, causing it to look different on every site. In order to solve this problem, we implemented the Shadow DOM API. The Shadow DOM hides our sidebar from the rest of the website's CSS, so we don't have to worry about our own styles getting overridden. In order to implement the highlighting feature of our extension, we use two JavaScript libraries called Unique Selector and Mark.js. Unique Selector allows us to take selected text from the page and create a unique CSS selector for it to store in our database. That way, when a user visits a page that has already been highlighted, we can take the exact location for them and render them on the page. Mark.js allows us to style text to look like it's actually been highlighted. It does this by taking selected text in a specified DOM node and wrapping it in a new HTML mark tag. We added custom classes to these mark tags to style them and make them clickable so that we could re-render the sidebar based on the selected highlight. Now I'll hand it over to Fran to talk more about creating a Chrome extension.
Thanks, Sarah. While creating StackDocs, we had to manage our code within the unique architecture of a Chrome extension. Chrome extensions are different from your typical web application in the sense that they run multiple scripts at once. The majority of our code runs in the content script. The content script is responsible for pulling and gathering information from the DOM. On the other hand, we had the background script, which runs when the sidebar is closed or application is closed. We use the content script to add in listeners so that a user can click on our icon to open and close the sidebar. Lastly, in our options script, we implemented Google OAuth with Firebase. And to speak more about Firebase, we have Alex.
Thanks, Fran. In addition to using Firebase to authenticate users through Google OAuth, we also decided to use the cloud Firestore to persist our information in the cloud database. One of the primary reasons why we decided to use this technology is that it incorporates Websockets. Websockets allow users to receive new highlights, comments, and answers in real time without the need to constantly refresh their browser to receive the updated data. We also implemented a library called ReactiveX that creates database listeners similar to the native cloud Firestore functions, except it provides more flexibility when working with data that's been deeply nested and also helps handling asynchronicity. This was particularly useful when rendering the thumbs up and thumbs down functionality in React in the homepage of our Chrome extension. Although we developed this application with the primary intent of creating an online forum for users to discuss code documentation, we think there's multiple use cases for this application, such as recording your favorite changes to online recipes that you frequently visit. So this concludes our presentation. We hope you enjoyed StackDocs, and if you would like to test this product for yourself, you can download it online in the Chrome Web Store at bit.ly/StackDocs. Thanks a lot.
All right. If you would like to vote for StackDocs, like the post, like their pinned comment. You know what's interesting? I've been we've been looking at that space for a long time, right? I remember when Nim and I worked at Yahoo, we thought about this idea of annotated web. Then Genius.com, of course, that. But I always thought like it's got to be on the web, where you're at, not like on a different site, right? Where you're like kind of pulling it to some other annotation site. So I really like that idea. I think it's a classic challenge of like no one's annotating, no one's there yet. So when you're annotating, it feels lonely. But I do think someone needs to own that separately of the sites themselves, because it's like you want to take that personality with you around the web.
It turns out to be a very difficult problem too.
Yeah.
Because like at a minimum, the web page might have changed. And then also, how do you specify to like start and end points within the web page? Like even just getting annotations working is hard. And then there's the whole layer on top of it.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. I remember when Medium talked, they had a whole blog post about how they have highlights and annotations and how that was, it's still challenging. So